Top stories from around the island. To the point. Without the fluff. Puerto Rico headline news. Please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell notification.
Hello and welcome to Puerto Rico Headline News for April 12th, 2020. This is your COVID-19 update for Puerto Rico. After we go over the numbers provided by the Department of Health along with reviewing the information portal, we're going to discuss in detail the easing restrictions on the lockdown that was announced yesterday. Interestingly, a day before the highest reported confirmed cases are reported here in Puerto Rico. So let's go ahead and get into this article. It's provided by the El Nuevo Dia for April 12th, and it reads the fact that today is the highest number of confirmed cases that have been reported so far. So let's go ahead and get into this article, and it reads, the confirmed cases of COVID-19 coronavirus in Puerto Rico rose to 897 this Sunday, after the confirmation of another 109 people infected with the disease. This being the day that the Department of Health has reported the most positive confirmed cases since the emergency began. Meanwhile, the number of deaths due to the virus rose to 44 after the death of two patients from the Caguas and Ponce regions. And here we can take a look at this map that's been provided by the Department of Health, showing us the clusters or the areas, the regions, the municipalities that have the confirmed cases so far. So we can see there that the San Juan metropolitan area continues to have the highest amount of confirmed cases. And as the Department of Health has revealed, there's a lot of missing data still. There's 322 confirmed cases where they don't have enough details to provide where these cases are from in Puerto Rico. So as you see here, it's starting to, the confirmed cases are starting to cover the entire island. So let's get into the rest of this article, and it says the reported deaths were 70 and 77 years old, respectively, and remained in isolation after testing positive for the disease. It was reported that although the men were receiving care, their clinical conditions worsened until they died. Now, until they died. The municipality with the most reported cases continues to be San Juan, with 120 confirmed cases, followed by the Guaynabo area and Bayamon with 42 confirmed cases each. Now, the Department of Health, however, still does not have the municipality information on 322 confirmed cases, which I just mentioned. Meanwhile, the age group that has registered the most patients is that of the age group 50 to 59, with 201 cases, followed by patients between 40 and 49 years old, and that adds up to 165 confirmed cases. Now, regarding pediatric cases, there have been so far 9 positive coronavirus cases in children under 10 years of age, and then 30 confirmed cases between the ages of 10 to 19. So that's a little concerning here in Puerto Rico. And then of the total confirmed cases, 52.5% are men and 47.5% are women. And here we can see a graph that's been provided to give us a really good visual on the impact that these new confirmed cases could have. And there we see it was just a huge jump on confirmed cases. When typically it seemed the Department of Health was reporting that they felt that things were starting to go down. But here we see a huge jump that was reported today. And then I just went over these numbers with the age groups. So this is the graph that's been provided as well. And just the visual again, we can see the high concentration of confirmed cases within the 50 to 59-year-old age group, followed by the 40 to 49, and then the pediatric information or cases 0 to 29 years old. And then as far as the testing that's been conducted so far on the island, so here we see in the yellow line how many tests are still pending. They're still waiting on results to be provided. The red line is the confirmed cases so far, and then the black line down below is the deaths. So far, the Department of Health is waiting for the results of 1,251 COVID-19 tests out of a total of 7,973 that have been tested so far on the island. So from its first reported case, as you see there, from March 8th to now, it's about 34, 35 days. So that gives us an average of about 230 tests that are conducted daily on average. So certainly it's a very low number. We hope that that number does increase so that the Department of Health does have better numbers and better figures to make decisions like the one from yesterday on easing restrictions and being able to extend the lockdown. So as I mentioned at the outset, let's go ahead and cover some of the restrictions that were eased that will begin starting tomorrow, April 13th. So the lockdown was extended through May 3rd, Sunday, May 3rd. Now the lockdown, we see point number one there. The lockdown continues to be 24/7. So if you can stay at home, please stay at home. And there is a strict curfew in place from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. So we have an additional 2 hours. We had to be home by 7 p.m. Now they gave us a 2 hour break. So we have to be at home 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., which is the curfew. During the day, we can go out, but it's only for medical emergencies and food shopping. So we have to, if we do get stopped, we're out in our car or wherever we're going, and we do get stopped, we have to provide enough convincing information that we're either tending to a medical emergency, or that we're going food shopping, so that we don't get a fine or anything like that. Point number two, supermarkets are going to be open 6 days a week. They will remain closed on Sundays. So supermarkets open 6 days a week, closed on Sundays. The hours of operation are from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Although the curfew begins at 9 p.m., they close the supermarket at 8 to give everybody time to get back home by 9. Some supermarkets that might offer delivery services will remain open until 10 p.m. in order to make deliveries. So that's the key point there. Point number three, pharmacies. Pharmacies will be open 7 days a week, but on Sunday, only prescriptions and hygiene items can be purchased. You won't be allowed to buy anything else on Sunday when you go into a pharmacy, except prescription medicine and hygiene items that can be purchased. And of course, as far as medicine over the counter, but nothing like related to food or anything like that. The hours of operation are 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Gas stations. Gas stations will be open 7 days a week. On Sunday, only gas purchases will be allowed. So that's what happens on Sunday, but they're open 7 days a week. Their hours are going to be 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. Many of us, we might have car trouble, tire trouble. So mechanics and some tire shops will be open, but only on Wednesday and Thursday. If you need any work done to your car, maybe you have a flat or a tire needs to be replaced, these shops will be open Wednesday and Thursday, and their hours of operation are limited. They're from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Will be the hours of operation. And point number six, hardware stores. Many have been asking, what about Home Depot? Maybe I can, during this lockdown or quarantine, I can get some stuff done in the house. Well, the hardware stores will be open only on Friday and Saturday, and their hours of operation are 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. From what I understand as well, it wasn't included in the article. You won't be allowed into these hardware stores. You'll have to provide a list of items that you're looking to buy. They'll take your payment. Bring it into the store, and then they'll bring your items out along with your receipt and your payment method. So you won't be allowed into the store, from what I understand, and just reports of others that have that were actually able to do this last week, and went into a few hardware stores, and that was the procedure that was being conducted. So that's basically the new lockdown measures that are going to carry us through May 3rd. Um, in the comments, I appreciate the comments. I do take the time to read them. Somebody asked about Vieques and Culebra. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what information we have on these two islands. So, based on the COVID-19 information portal provided by the Department of Health, we can take a look here at the map of Puerto Rico. So far, as of right now, as of today, April 12th, there are no confirmed cases in Vieques or Culebra. So they're confirmed. They don't have any confirmed cases so far, based on the information that we have here. Now, earlier in the week, there was an article that came out in El Nuevo Dia on Wednesday, April 8th, and they had a scare of a possible alleged confirmed case in Vieques. The mayor took immediate action. The Maritime Transportation Authority, the ferries, stopped all transportation into Vieques by ferry in order to get some information on this possible confirmed case. So they shut down the ferries into Vieques in order to take care and to look into the situation. Um, Meanwhile, Culebra has maintained transportation, or the ferry, and they haven't stopped at all. I know in another article a few days earlier had been mentioned about boats, international boats that were stopping near Culebra and Vieques. They weren't getting off onto land, but they were right offshore. The mayors took action, and then they were able to get these boats to leave. uh, the fear was they'd be able to swim off their boat and hit land, and their fear was they could be possibly infected and have some contact with some of the people on the island, or leave trash behind that could risk contamination. But they were um, the mayors were able to get rid of them, so there's no more international boats off the coast of Vieques or Culebra, as far as I know right now. So going back, Vieques and Culebra, for the time being, they have no confirmed cases of the coronavirus. Again, there's still information missing on 322 confirmed cases, and where these cases are from. So hopefully, none of those unknown cases are from Vieques or Culebra. But as of now, the information portal, no confirmed cases are being reported in Vieques or Culebra. And again, I'm going to include the link below this video for the information portal. It gets updated once a day, every 24 hours, once a day at 6 a.m. Or actually now, I guess they updated it this morning at 6:30 a.m. With the latest information, and it has a lot of detailed information, more information that's provided to the press as far as the amount of ventilators that are on the island, how many are available, the amount of beds that are available to handle the COVID-19 or any COVID-19 patients, how many beds are available, how many are left, and a few other information that you'll find very interesting. You can spend a good amount of time getting familiar with this COVID-19 Department of Health information portal. So that's your update for today. Thanks for watching. Again, if you this is your first time here, please subscribe, like the video, and don't be afraid to share this content. Thanks again. This is Puerto Rico Headline News.